Howdy y'all, welcome to Hazenborough Craftworks. I'm the Alchemist. And the bottle that we have today to take a look at comes to us from the West Coast. And this bottle is Woodinville straight bourbon whiskey finished in port casks at 90 proof. And the MSRP in this bottle is right around that $60 with a mash bill of 72% corn, 22% rye, and 6% malted barley, along with that port finish. I'm kind of excited to see what this bottle has to offer. And I had my first Woodinville bottle because a friend of mine who's also a YouTuber, and we got to know each other through our Bourbon Auto whiskey group on school, and he sent me a bottle of the Woodinville 100% rye, which I found to be a very good bottle, and that made me want to grab another Woodinville bottle, and I saw this one. I haven't seen any for a while, but I kept looking when I was liquor picking, and I found this one in my store in Sioux Falls, Will Liquors. So I hadn't seen them there before, but I found this one and I thought I'd pick it up and have to give it a try. The owners of Woodinville, Orrin Sorensen and Brett Carlisle, back in 2010 they started Woodinville, and they went to master distiller Dave Pickrell and went to him to, I would say, for some consulting to ensure that they made some good whiskey out there in Washington. And Dave, he dives right in. So he didn't just consult, but he took a look at what they had from Quincy, Washington, where they get their grains, to Woodinville, Washington, where they are making the mash bill and distilling. And so what Dave thought that they would do is he'd make like a microclimate for Woodinville whiskey, and he had them do the fermenting, make the mash, ferment it, distill it, and barrel it right there in Woodinville. But then we'll go over the Cascade Mountains to the desert area of the mountains in Quincy. And what you get there is you get this nice, in Woodinville, you get this nice, what do you call it, tropical climate to distill everything and to make your mash bills and ferment that mash bill in. And then when you take it over the mountains and you settle in where Quincy's at, it's like a desert type climate where you get extreme hot and extreme cold. And in the summertime, you get temperatures of over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which really pushes that distillate into that white oak. And in the wintertime, you get extreme colds. And what that does is when it gets really cold, it really draws almost all, if not all, of that distillate then right back out of the oak. And then when it gets hot again, you push it all back in, and you get the best of both worlds, really mixing that distillate and getting all of those sugars out of the wood that you can, and creating a really good whiskey. So that being said, let's see if we've got a really good whiskey here. See what the nose has to say. The first thing I get really is like a dark chocolate note mixed with like it's a deep fruit. I was first gonna say cherries, but to me it's really darker than that. It's like it's still a berry, like a blackberry. Sweet and deep and pleasant. Nice oak on this one. Oh, and a nice bit of vanilla there, like when you're drawing the bean right out of that pod. If any of you have ever done that, nice vanilla. I like that. But I'm really curious what the palate has to tell us, so let's dive in with a few sips. Okay, the first thing I'm getting on the palate is a little bit of a oak barrel, but then to me that blackberry's right back in there. Nice sweet blackberry though. Nice baking spices like a clove and nutmeg, sweet nutmeg. I love that when it's on a whiskey or a bourbon. And there's even some caramel. But what I'm really enjoying is how that port barrel, that wine sweetness, just underlines everything and brings it all together. That's such a good note. As I get going on the finish on this one, I still have a berry sweetness. And that berry sweetness, there's a, how to put this? There's like a tobacco and a leather mixed together back there on the finish. In the mid to the back palate, they're wrestling around together a bit. And that tobacco, when you have that sweet berry in there, almost reminds me of like a, I don't know, it's one of a sweet pipe tobacco. I've never been a smoker, but I've been around people who smoke a pipe and they open the bag and you get that sweet aroma. And this is kind of what it reminds me of, that berry and tobacco mixed a little bit. I could be off there, but it's quite nice. And that leather comes in the back, and I still get a hint of oak on this finish. But what lingers more than anything is just that berry sweetness is what's fading last. Quite pleasant. And one thing I do know is I love to have y'all coming back around, so please take it easy. Don't drink and drive. Cheers.